So are you sad to have your last 787 coffee right there? Yeah. Has it been your favorite? It's not the same? No? Well, this is the last 787 coffee we're having before we have to go back to Texas, and it's quite depressing. Well, nothing is worse that when a trip is coming to an end that you really just don't want to, end. See, for me, coming up to New York is something of always an experience out here. I really enjoy taking photos and videos that it always feels like it's not enough time because there's so much to see, and it's always hard to kind of leave that mindset of a creative flow all the time here to then go back to, well, Texas, where it's not as creative feeling. I'm gonna find some shade because it was getting a little bit too brutal out there, but it's one of the things that I think is just always good if you're a creative or just wanting to be more creative, is to find places that help spice that up in your head so that you go out to create the content that you want to and feel comfortable with. See, creating here in New York, I haven't felt like, oh, I can't be myself, or I can't, like, take out the camera like this and just talk without feeling like people are just staring at you all crazy, like, because in Texas it's not so common to do that. And for me, it's just something that it's kind of hard to think about going back to after being here. And even in Toronto, for example, it's just those bigger city mentalities is something that I just enjoy, that it's going to be a little bit hard to go back to get used to, well, in Texas. Could be the New York spell of where you can just find anything cool within every city street that you go because of the architecture and the people, or I don't know, but something about the city is just something great that really makes me want to go out to create every single day. And obviously knowing, because this is like a short period of time that I'm here, I want to create as much as possible, but regardless of that, I still just enjoy seeing how alive the city is for creatives. Every corner in New York City has an amazing view that seems to have great architecture to capture and just feel inspired by it. I always get the feeling of inspiration and the thrill to want to go and create. It is something I don't experience in my location that often, in all honesty, which can make it hard to go out to create despite having ideas that I want to bring to life. This is why I believe that living in a location that pushes your creativity and inspires you is so important as a creator. See, the main thing for me is that you can be just in any street corner and take some photos and just be having some just sights to see because of how much of the buildings you can see all the time. There's a lot more diversity in the architecture compared to other cities that I feel that is inspiring to me. And that's one of the reasons why it's so hard to kind of think about going back to cities even like Houston, Austin, Dallas, or anything in Texas that's somewhat close to me, because there's not much going on, in my honest opinion. It's just, you're just there, and some buildings are there's nobody really walking because it's not meant to be a walking city. And for me here, with all the walking you can do and the public transit, it just makes it more fun so that I'm able to just go ahead and take some fun photos and videos every day without having to hesitate on an idea. I can just go and pick something and go ahead and do it. Well, I'm just gonna come back to the room real quick before we are pretty much about to head back to the airport and, kind of keep talking a little bit about this. But I'm always curious to know, like, what's the one place for you that makes you just want to either move there or feel just so creative that every time that you go there, you feel like you can just be yourself creatively, have all these ideas, and help you spark just anything inside you to make the best content that you can. For me, recently, it has been a lot with New York. There's just always something going on here that is just, every turn I feel inspired by something that I can do something great with it. And that's one of the things that I just have been enjoying that's more accessible to me. Obviously, for me, Europe has been really great, but it's not as easy to go from the US to Europe because the pricing of the flights and everything is quite expensive. But at least New York is a little bit more accessible with the flights, and even with the hotels being a little bit pricier than other places. It's still a great experience to come back out and have different ideas for videos or things to, create. I was able to do quite a few fun stuff for me. We got to meet up with some friends that I made online, got to create just videos, sightsee, go to the US Open to watch some tennis, create some photos there as well, which to me is something very cool. And it's a little bit depressing to go back into your hometown where you don't feel like you can be your ultimate self. And that's something that it's hard to do, I guess, for most creators, I guess, because you're kind of hiding behind something to just wait for the right opportunity to get to the location that might help you thrive. But yeah, I mean, overall, without being, the revolving door into the same subject, it's hard to go back. So I'm just kind of a little bit sad about having to leave New York City, but I'm excited for next time to come back out, and hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later. I know I want to hit up other cities, so if you have any other city recommendations that you think are really great for creators, let me know down below, because it always helps out to know what would be a great city to go hit up for street photography, for videos, with collaborations and creations with other people, because I'm always trying to find that next thing that can help me out to become a better creator, because I want to keep learning. I want to keep diving into these videos, making better videos for you guys and for myself, for my skills. So that's basically the ultimate thing. And here I felt like I could do that. Felt like I could push my limits. So just, ready for the next adventure, I guess, already, but soon enough it'll be, the next one, I guess. But gotta stay as positive as you can, because going back to Texas is not the most thrilling sometimes, despite enjoying obviously being there and everything like that. But for creators, not so much. But with all that said and done, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, share this video with a friend. I'll catch you guys in the next one. See ya.